Yo, listen, ladies and gentlemen, see Ebro in the morning, Lawrence Styles, Rosenberg, Lil Durk's back on the show. What's going on, sir?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How y'all feeling?
Good, man. So, you got obviously some new records and things that you're working on, which is I love. I was just telling you before we started the conversation. I love your growth as an artist and just as a young man, like watching the whole shit come together for you, and you staying patient and sticking to just putting out great music for your fan base.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying, everybody know when it's their time, it's their time.
Yeah. How's the touring and everything going for you?
Everything good. You know what I'm saying, we just doing this radio promo, just sticking to it. You know what I'm saying, staying out of the way, staying out of trouble.
How is the staying out of trouble going?
Perfect.
It's going good.
Perfect.
You moved away from Chicago.
Yeah, definitely.
Did that help?
Yeah, I'm saying there's more opportunities in it. Like everywhere outside of Chicago, there's more opportunities. You know what I'm saying, but LA is definitely more opportunities. You know what I'm saying, networking good. You know what I'm saying, it's bigger.
Do you I saw Laura, you told me about the tattoo, the Black Lives Matter tat that you just got.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
My leg.
You ran out of space everywhere else.
Yeah, he's pretty tatted up.
Is it visible?
I did about 200 pair of shorts. I'm gonna make it visible.
So now, I mean, obviously in the environment you grew up in Chicago and the amount of gun violence that you've been around growing up, I want to have two conversations. One about police brutality and just maybe your own experiences that you could speak of. Yeah. But then the second part of the question is just about the amount of violence that are in our neighborhoods that warrant police coming into our neighborhoods. Talk about, your experience with police brutality. Just
it always been like that, you know what I'm saying, in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it always been killing going on with the police, but it just started getting, being revealed, you know what I'm saying, by the cameras and everything. But definitely in Chicago, man. It was always been, bullshit going on in Chicago.
Chicago has a lot of race issues, huh?
Yeah, police really, they don't like gang members or people who ain't doing right. You know what I'm saying? And they be in the wrong sometimes, too. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I ain't saying they bad, all cops bad, but some of them ain't right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially the ones from
I know what you're going to say.
A lot of people not in gangs don't like gang members.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say.
Who said they ain't in the gang?
Well, no, they have a different gang. You know what I mean? There's the police have a gang.
People who are in different gangs don't like other gangs either.
Yeah, there's that. And then you have people who are like police that are running in their own gangs sometimes, because police sometimes they act as bad as the gang members.
Yeah.
At times.
Definitely in Chicago, man. We be having a lot of run-ins with the police, man, for nothing. It'd be the area you live in, they'd be like, how you get over here? I'm like, what? You tell me how I get over here.
I walked over.
It'd be crazy.
I live here.
Yeah.
Well, I also watched an interview with the guy in Baltimore who was talking about how the job of the police in Baltimore, to a certain extent, keep the people from certain neighborhoods from getting near the people who are outside downtown Baltimore. In other words, keeping people in the hood away from white people, more or less.
Money talk.
So is that similar in Chicago? Like if you're in a place where they don't expect you to be?
They'll make smart remarks, like I just said, like how you get over here. That's
right.
That's what I mean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't really let it show. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's most money, so they gonna make it happen.
Did it ever cross your mind growing up in the environment you grew up in Chicago that to keep police from being assholes and idiots in our neighborhood, maybe we should stop shooting at each other?
They always gonna fuck with you. I don't care what you doing. They always gonna mess with you, you know what I'm saying? They want to see you locked up. That's how they get paid. You know what I'm saying?
There is that part of it.
Yeah, that's how they get paid. And it's never gonna be 100% good neighborhood, so they definitely don't care.
Do you, when you look at your past growing up, do you ever think, obviously you made it out, but your friends that didn't have that option to make it out or weren't able to make it out, do you ever wish there was another, obviously you wish there was another option, but do you ever propose another option to people you grew up with?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got some right here with me that listen. And the other ones don't listen. They still out there, but you can't convince everybody to do good. You know what I'm saying? They like it. You can't help it.
Well, not everybody has an opportunity. Like he was lucky enough, through his hard work to make something out of himself.
There's a lot of people that have opportunities that messed up and don't care.
You feel they choose not to take the opportunities that are given to them?
Yeah, so you can't really say they ain't had the opportunity, they just don't care.
I do hear that a lot. When we interviewed Lupe Fiasco, he talked a lot about how some cats, you could give them opportunities, they just don't want it. They would just rather be out here wilding.
I don't want to make it feel like we feel sorry for somebody, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that, because everybody grown. You know what I'm saying? I can't make you do nothing. But everybody don't want an opportunity, I'm telling you.
as we go down this path and we hearing, I mean, obviously we know about the police brutality, we know about the asshole police, right? But it's good to hear you talk about, your own accountability and you trying to make sure that you take care of those yourself, obviously, your family, and making sure that your brothers that you have with you that are willing to, come along with you and do things right. It's good to hear that, because you don't get to hear that side of the story a lot.
Yeah, they want to grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I got to do to help them.
How many people do you take with you out of Chicago who move around with you all the time?
About 10, 12, 13. One. I'm saying, but it'd be the same people, but sometimes it'd be different people who be wanting to just be like, I ain't never been to New York or I ain't never been to LA.
So sometimes you take some of your friends just for the experience?
Yeah.
So allow them to experience?
Yeah. Because some of them be like, I want to change, then you do it. If you like it, you like it. If not.
You ever feel the pressure like, you can't take care of everybody?
Yeah, I've been feeling like that since I was like 14, 15. So I'm 23, so I'm used to it. So it ain't really too much that can put a lot of pressure on me right now.
This may sound stupid, but does anyone who comes along with you, right, who's like, I'm gonna come to LA and help out, blah, 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 do any of them also, when they're there, go out and get their own means, like get a job and just move their life out there? Or does everyone sort of part of the Lil Durk economy?
That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get their own face. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it. Like, they don't be like, yeah, my homie Durk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to be their own man.
Right, yeah, they be like, I'm part of the camp, but I do this for Durk. You know what I'm saying? This my company. You know what I'm saying? And it's just everybody just bossing up. You know what I'm saying? Even it's an experience for everybody.
You guys to the point where you're able to start buying cribs and picking other places to start families and things like that? You at that stage?
Yeah, everything. You know what I'm saying? We like, our mindset is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell from like our first interview to now, it's like, damn, they got smart. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't get smart.
Are you investing in businesses?
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be millionaires.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, I'm only 23, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody right here over 24. You know what I'm saying? We doing better than people that's 27, 28, 29. Yeah. Without rap, like we put money into stuff like without rap. So
how would you describe like the whole drill scene where everyone was from Chicago, starting for most people on the national consciousness with Chief Keef? Yeah. How do you think everyone's doing? Like 5 years later, we're kind of 4 or 5 years removed from the beginning of that. Everyone's in a different spot. Keef, you, G Herbo, Bibby. Everyone's in a sort of a different place. How do you describe how everyone's doing?
Well, it's 4 years later.
Okay, it's 4.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody doing good. I guess. You know what I'm saying I don't really pay attention to people like I used to. I'm saying I just keep my business in my mind in my own spot. You know what I'm saying? I wish everybody good luck though.
Are there any of those guys that you still talk with or work with on a regular basis?
Yeah, I talk to all of them. I talk to everybody. But I just can't, it ain't the same no more. I can't just come kick it with you for 30 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my own thing going. You know what I'm saying? They might say the same thing. They got their own thing going.
It's Hot 97, Lil Durk is here. So how does it feel when people say your relationship with Dej Loaf is fake?
I don't really pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's very real.
Yeah, of course. And I be telling her like that. She tighten that like comments get to her. I be like, fuck comments.
Oh, so she get upset about it.
Yeah. Person had one follower, you like.
Exactly.
Somebody just made that literally probably like 5-10 seconds ago.
I know that you got to catch yourself sometimes when you're about to get mad and you click on their profile and you're like, they have 3 followers. They're not even a real person.
It's an egg. You're arguing with like an egg.
Like it's all, you just got to hold your composure with a lot of stuff.
You gonna marry her?
Yeah. Oh, will I?
No, I don't know. You know, people get together and they fall in love and they don't have those plans.
I got my own man. Yeah. I will.
I mean, you guys are young too, right? I mean, she's young. How long you guys been together?
How long have we been talking?
Been knowing each other a couple years.
Did you just have bad start?
Don't post this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hey Durk, Durk, let me give you some narrative advice,
this out and clean this up for Durk and go with a number and then stick with that number. So what number we going with?
What's the number?
I would say.
Friends for how long?
I would say 2 years.
Relationship?
They've been knowing each other for 2 years.
I don't know about all that. I barely remember yesterday.
But you're not a big weed smoker, drinker like that, are you? Well, it's good because we can't.
Weed or drink.
Well, we need to go with one of those because we need a reason why you can't remember how the relationship ended together. Like, yo, I was high. I don't even remember.
One good reason is what? You ain't been asleep how many days?
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. That one helps.
That works. He's sleepy, guys. He didn't remember. And then Spike Lee, you was real mad about Chiraq.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you spoke to Spike Lee or
Nah, I don't want to.
your feelings ever changed
You don't
about the
want
movie
to?
Chiraq? I didn't see the movie. I never saw it. So
I want to see it. That's
Good,
something.
you don't need to see.
Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, you probably y'all shouldn't see it.
and
Horrible.
what's your main issue
But
with
why?
it?
Yeah.
Everything. Like if you naming the Chiraq first, then you think like, oh, they finna be under like The Wire. Oh, it's going crazy in Chicago. They finna show the gun violence, all that. You know what I'm saying? But you look at it, it's like some sweet ass shit. Like, for one, they doing colors. You know what I'm saying? We don't even do colors in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's like a LA thing. Like the colors, then they ramming the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is like a joke. Then, like, to stop the violence, they talking about having sex. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon and the girl. Whoever come first, that's the decision they. I'm like, it's all bullshit. Like, why would you do that?
About about something serious.
Shit serious. Like, people dying every day for this. Like,
Yeah.
ain't nothing to brag on, but it's the truth. Like, you got people that's dying every day in Chicago, from kids to old people. You up here making a joke. Like, I don't give a fuck what you doing, from what story, how many years ago, man. This is like today. You should name it Chicago then. Don't name it Chiraq, because it give you a different meaning.
But don't you think that I just think there's I haven't seen the movie, so I can't speak to the movie. Maybe it sucks, maybe it's great, I don't know. But it does seem like there's a disconnect from people we've talked about just not appreciating satire. Like that satire is a thing.
Well, yeah, but
see,
I think that
you see,
we
I
had
straight
that
out-
debate before where it was like, but there's nothing funny. Like nobody wants
But
to laugh.
that's what satire is.
Right.
You seen Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Cause I looked at that more like, damn, that's how it was. Like, if you look at it, you be like, that's how it was. All right, that's how Snoop and Eazy was. That's how you look at Chicago, you like, the fuck, what rapper is that? Like,
Yeah,
who the fuck is
the
that?
representation of it. And I don't think Spike set out to make. By naming it Chiraq,
He
there was
did,
an
because
expectation.
actually he sat down with everybody.
Oh, he did?
Nick Cannon, everybody came to see me and everything. And when they broke down the situation, I'm like, hell no, like, fuck no, like, I don't even play like that. Like, they ain't nothing you play with. You know what I'm saying?
I just think there's
the
something
whole
being
city
lost.
was mad.
No, I think it's lost in the fact that you have people who live through a real
Right.
life thing and they are not playing with you. Like they don't.
I don't think
It's like it's like you making a movie called Lil Haiti, but it's all about cooking. You're like, the fuck is he? What the? This don't even
because
make
the
sense.
name itself, Chiraq,
Yeah, that's-
comes from
that's what I
a
mean.
real scenario.
That's
Right.
what I mean.
So there is nothing funny about that real scenario. There's nothing to joke about. The people involved in it lived through it, made it out, whatever, lost family, friend. They don't want a satire. They don't want to play.
Don't play like
Right? So that's why he says, you
I hear
call
you.
it South Side of Chicago or something,
Yeah,
call it
Chicago
something
Chicago
else.
love story, something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I get why. I'm not from there. I can't relate to it. So it's,
You
I
just
can't-
gotta see.
I gotta see. I would be curious to see.
I'm pretty sure you heard about Chicago, right?
Very much so. Yeah.
Now, if you go look at the preview right now, Chiraq, you gonna be like, all right, now I see why y'all was mad.
No, and I had that feeling. Here's the only thing I feel on it, Durk. My only feeling is Spike Lee has his faults and he has his great attributes. But I'll tell you one thing. He has been making films about the Black American experience for a very long time. He's been outspoken on it, and he stood on the front lines of a lot of important issues. So I would just want young people to give him somewhat of the benefit of the doubt that he does want to do the right thing. No pun intended. God,
we've been thinking that.
even if when you watch it, you're like, I
But
don't fuck
you're
with it.
speaking more to not the film, but Spike himself.
Yeah, just giving Spike the benefit of the
That's
doubt.
what-
It might be trash. I don't even know.
The movies you used to make, it'd be like, oh, Spike movie. Okay, he got the shoes. That's Spike.
He just fucked up Chiraq.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to see it. You and I, we had too many conversations without seeing it.
Oh, he got the Spike Lee mics. Oh, let's go get him. But when you fucked up, when you made the Chiraq, I'm like, okay.
Can't fuck with you.
Can't fuck.
Can't fuck with you. How do you when you hear people, you have the Black Lives Matter tat on your leg, and you hear people say, well, you talking all that Black Lives Matter, but y'all shooting and killing each other and shooting at each other every day. So do Black lives really matter to you? What does Lil Durk say to that?
Oh, yeah. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about nobody in the room. Because at the end of the day, I could be the leader of Black Lives Matter. I'm still gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? And it really hurt us, like, seeing it on the news. Everywhere you go, it be like, oh, they just killed two black guys. And somebody was like, well, why you ain't get all lives matter? Because the situation right now, all lives matter. But at the same time, you really know what's going on. So stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Out of how many people died from cops? How many people was white? You know what I'm saying? How many people Chinese? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that. Like,
Just the numbers.
this ain't no fucking joke. We not done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get Black Lives Matter. No, fuck around and get it again.
But do you, in some regards, you know, the area you grew up in and just what you were subjected to based on where you were born, right? Which is a very violent place since you was born.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile the fact that there's violence with black people against each other? Like, how does that make you feel that someone goes, well, Black lives must not matter that much to you. Y'all shooting at each other.
Right.
Like, how does that feel to you? Because I know the answer is...
It kind of be like, damn, we is making monkeys out of ourselves. You feel me? But at the same time, I don't give a fuck what we do. Don't nobody deserve to die.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you two are protect and serve, like, you better help me. I get pulled over, I ain't gonna feel comfortable. Hell no. I'll fuck around going to high speed to get somewhere safe. Well, I know they can't do nothing that. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable getting pulled over by the police by myself. You know what I'm saying? Know what's going on. And actually, that shit, it been going on in Chicago.
It's been going on everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And for many decades. We just got camera phones.
I'm just giving my experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know about a lot of police killing people. We be like, damn, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no big issue then. They'd be like, damn, they just killed. Well, we can't do nothing about it because it's the police type.
You know, the one thing we talk about is there's several issues, and too frequently people try to bundle them all into one place. Mm-hmm. Police killing black men, and women in what should be sometimes routine stops and what should never be murder is a separate issue from black on black crime. Most crimes committed, even with white people, happens with their neighbors who most of the time are white. So there's a when that violence in a neighborhood thing is just how it happens.
Cause that'd be like, all right, let's try to stop this black on black or this white on white. Let's try to stop this. But when the police start doing it, like, if you went on for so long, it's nothing you can stop. Cause it'd be like, damn, I don't trust you. Like,
right, and that's the other issue is the trust.
You know what I'm saying,
right?
And it's like it's on camera, so it's like, damn, what the you realize you just see him kill him on camera. Now what? Oh, he beat his case. I don't know, man. That shit.
Durk, is there ever a situation?
I don't want to say the wrong shit.
No. Is there ever a situation you think in your life right now where maybe you're out and about, you're shopping, you're doing your own thing, you're with Days, you're hanging out, in which if something happened, you'd think, I'm looking for the police?
Snap they fucking neck. No, I'm just playing.
No, that's what you was biting your tongue about. That's what you was biting your tongue about.
No, everybody got self defense, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But are there moments when you think something's happening where the police or never?
I don't even trust them.
So you would never call them?
So you would never call the police?
I would never look. Only time I call police, something happened to my kids. I'm a freak. I don't depend on the police. I'm not gonna look for no police because they gonna come for the situation and fuck around. I'll be on camera dead, talking about I pulled out my seatbelt too fast.
But if God forbid, God forbid something happens and your kids weren't around and you couldn't find them in the moment, that's a situation where you might call the police.
That's a situation I am gonna call.
That's interesting though, right? Like that even people who have really bad experiences.
They might got love for the kids.
No, they do, right? But that's my point, right? the fact that even someone who's had really bad experiences with the police, right, and has distrust for the police, in the worst situation, because your kids are more important to you than anything, you still might think to call the police. That shows the level of respect that inherently exists for that badge and why they need to act in a way that deserves that. Because we do think that. Even people who have bad experiences, knowing sometimes I might call the police. That's an honor. That's an honor.
Every police officer not bad. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on today, that's what make you just call them out at once. Like, fuck the police. You know what I'm saying? It make you so mad inside. You like, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? But what's the cop name? That's all over Instagram, people page.
Oh, the
Officer Norman?
Officer Norman.
I fuck with him. I'm saying.
Officer Norman's out here winning.
He winning. I fuck with him. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure there's other officers like him too.
It's just like Rosenberg pointed out last week. Unfortunately, when bad things like this happen, cops don't jump out and go, "That's fucked up. Somebody fucked up." Right? We don't hear from them. They go silent, and everybody's like, "Yo, ain't nobody gonna say nothing." Mm-hmm. Like nobody in a position of authority is gonna come out and say that's fucked up. They fucked up on the job. Like nobody's gonna say anything. That's the piece that fucks people's heads up.
It's nothing worse than getting killed on camera. Like it's nothing worse than that. Like this is real live proof, and y'all beating it beating it still. Y'all still winning the case. So it's like, what's more do you want to see?
You know, there's other piece of it I've been thinking a lot about, which is, we lump, each city's police department, I'm sure operates somewhat differently when you go department to department, right? Like, I had to remind myself that that's Baton Rouge, right? And unfortunately, Baton Rouge and Louisiana and Mississippi and those states have a history of KKK members and white supremacists that are on the police force. Like, that's documented proof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to remind yourself, like, okay, where did that happen? Oh, that's in the South, which is sad that we have to, like, say, oh, okay, yeah, well, they still have Confederate flags flying. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then you look at the Minnesota incident where the governor of the state came out. It was like, that wouldn't have happened to a white person. Like, there's some awareness that this is an epidemic when you get there.
He told the truth.
But versus what's going on in Baton Rouge right now, where nobody's coming out and speaking about that wrongful death. Then there's the piece of it that always frustrates me, where they'll pay a family a settlement but never admit wrongdoing.
So
by paying
what's
them out.
going on now? So what's going on now today? You would say all lives matter or Black lives matter?
Oh, I say Black Lives Matter.
All right, that's all I want to.
Yeah, that's that, because it's not that. All lives matter is like redundant. Like, you already know that.
Yeah.
Like, that's already
That's
a thing.
the point.
What are you
The
talking
point.
about?
The point.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just came up with a great equation. Hey guys, the point is, if Black lives matter, then finally all lives matter.
But
if Black lives don't matter, then all lives don't matter. That's the point. Because people just need an explanation. They're very confused.
We've been explaining that for the past week.
It's white supremacy, man. It is racist white supremacy that makes someone think, oh wait, if I'm not included, then you're leaving me out or doing me some disservice. No, it's just not about you right now.
But you have to, I do think sometimes you do a disservice even by saying it's directly about white supremacy, because that makes people don't necessarily understand that they are a part of that. They think racism only exists if they're like, I hate black people. No, I don't hate black people. I can't be racist. I don't benefit from racism. They don't understand that white supremacy is a thing that has been
permeates
existing
everything in
forever,
this country.
that we were founded on that.
Yes.
So you may wake up and not have a racist bone in your body. That doesn't mean you're not benefiting or living in white supremacy. They don't get that, I think.
Well, they're going to get it now, because we're going to be having this conversation.
Well,
this conversation ain't going to stop now.
Every day.
We have to.
I just worry sometimes that when the conversation, like, I haven't looked at your Instagram like the days after, you go so militant, which I totally understand. Like, do you whatever feels comfortable. But sometimes I feel like that when people go super militant, we end up falling into the plan of choosing sides. And,
Well, that's
and,
why
and
I
we end up
started-
just
But
being
that's
like,
what
I'm
we keep
going.
saying.
that's
When
why-
you're pro something, it doesn't mean that you're anti something else.
Yeah, but no, I agree that being Black Lives Matter does not make you anti anything at all,
But people seem to feel that way a lot.
But
They
when-
get that shit
it's
confused
just
all the time.
I just think we do have a tendency, though, to sometimes fall into place. We're getting pushed. People are desperately trying to push to two sides. They're trying to push to Black Lives Matter. You hate cops, and I love cops. I don't care about black people. That is where they're trying to push us. Yeah. And that's
That's the trap, though. That's the trap. That's the trap. That's the same trap that they use every single time that someone who's been oppressed is trying to uplift themselves and say, no, you're not going to treat me like this anymore. You're not going to kill people on camera and get away with it anymore. And people try to stand up for themselves, and they try to push people in boxes. That's why race was created in the first place, to put people in boxes so that they would go at each other and keep people separate. That's why that shit was created in the first place. And this country was founded on that. I mean, we can get on, and I do go militant, but this is why this time I started putting up white people that had something to say about it.
Right. That's true.
This time I put up the lady Jane Elliott. I put you up. You had what you had to say about it. So that way, hopefully, people who would see themselves, someone who looks like me, seeing what I'm not able to see or feeling something that I'm not able to feel because I just can't relate. And that's a real factor. Some people can't relate to everything, right? And so they miss. People don't understand that when you grow up in a neighborhood that's been riddled with violence for decades, that violence is a cycle, and carrying a gun becomes a cycle, and wanting to do harm to the man who lives around the corner because you guys claim certain things that were you inherited from people who came before you because they were attempting to like define themselves by some shit that wasn't right. And now that shit has become a vicious cycle. And the next thing you know, you brothers living in a neighborhood where every other day, 2, 3, 4, and people getting shot.
Yeah.
And they don't understand
That's
why.
wrong.
They don't get it. And they don't understand that self-hate was really put into you from
History repeats itself.
from slavery, like not loving your skin and not loving who you are and what you look like was something that was bred into you. And you don't even know how to overcome that because you still look around and everyone that looks like you is still living in poverty and still fighting for their lives and still can't get a job and still gets treated like shit. So you start to get upset because everyone that looks like you, shit seems fucked up and you wonder why people are angry. But that's bred into the fabric of who we are. And people wonder why we can't break the cycle, but that's why.
Durk, do you remember the first time you were exposed to like gun violence?
What you mean?
Like the first time that you heard of someone being shot or saw someone being shot. Do you remember?
Nah.
Were you fairly young? Very young?
First time, I was probably like 7.
Yeah, that's
7 to 6.
that's super young.
You know, you just be around the block. You know what I'm saying, you always look up to the guy. You always look up to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the one I used to look up to, his name was Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he was a good guy.
Teenager? He was like a teenager at the time?
Nah, I think he was older. I think he was like 20 something back then.
Okay.
And he got killed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Like, and right before he got killed, he like rolled past in the car and waved at me on the porch. I'm like, what up? You know what I'm saying? And like, probably like 10, 15 minutes later, I heard some shots. I ain't really understand it like that. He did. I ain't really understand it, but it's like from now on, I'm like, all right, start getting street smart. Like, all right, this is what it is. That's why, like, a lot of pressure been going on. Like, I don't burst under pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because you was bred to deal with it.
yeah, I'm used to it. Like, I don't fold under pressure. Like, it'll take a lot to hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
But like a 6-year-old, for example, my niece and nephew who are children, they don't even know, like, they're 9 now. They've now learned what death is. But like, there were tragedies that happened in our life when they were that age, 6 years old. No one even told them that it was yet because being exposed to it at that age isn't supposed to happen.
It's different if you come from the streets. Like, some people couldn't even help it. Some people
Right.
like, I gotta live. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure if everybody had a choice, everybody would go to the burbs or out of town and wouldn't know what death is. But that's how you was raised.
Is it nice? Are you able to appreciate when you're in LA being able to relax a little bit and feeling like you're in a setting where you don't have to watch your back every second?
Of course. Yeah.
And you're able to chill out a little bit? And
You can still chill out in Chicago. I'm saying that's on you where you want to go. Like, you know where the good and bad parts at. They're like in your city, you know where the good and bad parts at. They got good, nice spots in Chicago. Still. It's just like, I want to ride my car around by myself. I don't feel like hanging with nobody today. That ain't gonna happen in Chicago. You gotta go like LA and stuff like that.
But we getting off into it today, and I appreciate the dialogue. But just that, knowing that where you were born, you aren't safe, is something that people don't even understand as a part of the psyche of individuals who are born in the scenarios where we have neighborhoods of black people, where black men have been brutalized, emasculated for decades. Sprinkle in some good old American violence of romantic, involvement with guns. Sprinkle in some hopelessness, maybe a little bit of crack, right? And some unemployment. Mm-hmm. That's what you got.
there you go.
And it goes for decades.
Welcome to life.
You know what I mean? So that's the conversation that we're gonna have to start to deal with piece by piece and not bundle it together.
Yeah, and
you
just
can't oversimplify it and just go some people's version. Oh, we got to get over it. Like, that doesn't work in any relationship. What relationship do you have where you tell the person who's brutalized across from you, yo, get over it? That doesn't work.
And that's why a lot of people don't understand us now. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, like, they 9, they don't know what death is. But just imagine they was older, that's how they was born. So they like, why y'all be acting like that? And you understand, like, what you mean? But not knowing, like you say, they don't know about, they ain't know about death till they was like 10. You know what I'm saying? We knew it since we was like 6. So they just judging like, man, yeah, well, we acting crazy because we seen this before, and this, and this happened. And they wouldn't understand, like, oh, I ain't know that. That's why people, if you gotta go through a lot of things to understand where we come from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I surround myself with a lot of people that know, like, where I come from, and I be around people that just want to see me do better, but that don't know where we came from.
But they have your best interest in mind. And
Yeah.
you
That's
sense that
like
you
that's
feel that.
that's business
Yeah,
people, like people in your business team.
And that's like growing. That's like growing too. Like I can really sit and have a conversation with anybody. Like I'm saying, like I deal with Farrakhan. Like I can talk to anybody, bro, about any situation, anything. But at first I couldn't do that because I ain't have I was surrounding myself with just the block. You know what I'm saying? We all was equal to what we know. You know what I'm saying? Now I surround myself with people that's more smarter. You know what I'm saying? People that got more, and I just take it and learn from them, and I feed it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Durk. This was a good one.
Really,
yeah.
I like this one. Yo, give it up for Lil Durk, man. That new project.
2 times.
Out July 22nd, man. It's always good to see you, brother.